So who benefits from a consultation with me? Well, everybody, everywhere. And that's because I do them all online. And no matter what your issue, no matter what your age, no matter whether it's gynecology or menopause, whether it's hormonal or anatomical, I can help you. I can help you with all of it. And I will educate you so that you know exactly how to handle it with your doctor in the medical setting. So come to me first, no matter where you are. I do all the consultations online, so it doesn't matter where you live. Boo! Welcome to a complete education on menopause. I'm Menopause Taylor, your tour guide. This is video number 481. As usual, you'll need the ones preceding this one if you want to understand everything fully. Currently, we're addressing the symptoms in the various phases of menopause to include premenopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause. In video number 463, I gave you an overview of all three. And then, in video number 464, I presented premenopause as a merry-go-round. It's a merry-go-round of symptoms that entail endless ups and downs of hormones that go round and round. In video number 473, I presented perimenopause as a roller coaster of symptoms due to deficient and chaotic hormones. Well, that brings us to post-menopause. And today's tutorial is on what I like to call the haunted house of post-menopause. This is in keeping with our theme on amusement parks, or more accurately, abusement parks. I don't know why I chose an amusement park theme for the symptoms of the three hormonal phases of premenopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause, but it actually works quite well, don't you think? Okay, so to review, you've learned that premenopause consists of a very orderly and predictable interaction between estrogen and progesterone that results in your regular monthly menstrual cycles. And together they constitute a merry-go-round of up and down. And so the symptoms of premenopause are cyclic. But because it's a predictable cycle of events, you have symptoms that are consistent with the time of your cycle. And unfortunately, there are a few syndromes and diseases that are also due to your cycles. But on the other hand, perimenopause consists of completely unpredictable, chaotic plunges in estrogen and progesterone. So the symptoms of perimenopause are inconsistent over time. Perimenopause is when you lose your progesterone, which makes your estrogen go bonkers. So instead of a predictable merry-go-round, your menstrual life becomes a complete roller coaster, and that makes your entire life a roller coaster. And this phase of perimenopause can last for 2 to 10 years, creating loads of chaos in all aspects of your life. But once you finally finish with perimenopause, you reach post-menopause. And that's where you remain for the rest of your life. Well, today we're going to start addressing post-menopause. So this is video number 481. And you'll see why I've decided to use a haunted house as the prop for this phase. Post-menopause is when you're trapped forever, completely without estrogen or progesterone. So the symptoms of postmenopause interfere with your quality of life. And in addition to the symptoms of postmenopause, there are 3 deadly diseases that sneak up on you in a way that is downright spooky, just like what you'd encounter in a haunted house. Now, don't go looking for haunted houses in my book. The majority of the book is on post-menopause, but nowhere do I address it as a haunted house. Now, on this Play-Doh graft, post-menopause is here. It's when all your sex hormones are essentially gone. Zero. Estrogen is the pink line. Progesterone is the multicolored line. And testosterone is the blue line. Notice that all three hormones decrease in overall quantity. So postmenopause gives you symptoms of estrogen deficiency, progesterone deficiency, and testosterone deficiency. But notice that estrogen and progesterone are lower than testosterone. So, since testosterone becomes the most prominent sex hormone, you can also have symptoms of testosterone excess. In video number 463, we made a chart of symptoms for all three hormone deficiencies and excesses. Here it is again. And here it is with all the symptoms typical of postmenopause highlighted in red. Now, if you look at this whole chart, you'll see that some of the symptoms are listed for more than one hormone. Well, at postmenopause, the collective bunch of them just makes you feel like your whole body is haunted. You have issues from head to toe, and you feel just like you would in a haunted house. There are scary, gory, startling sights, sounds, and sensations everywhere you turn. If we reduce all these symptoms to one big list, you're left with this. Absent periods, anxiety, heart palpitations, hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, fatigue, forgetfulness, mood swings, irritability, depression, joint pain and stiffness, dry skin, hair loss, vaginal dryness, urinary tract infections, urinary incontinence, weight gain, decreased sex drive, headaches, difficulty having an orgasm, lack of energy, thinning pubic hair, decreased muscle mass, decreased feelings of well-being, deepening voice, acne, whiskers, aggression, and anger. Ladies, that's 30 different scary things that haunt you day in and day out, possibly for the rest of your life. The duration of your postmenopausal symptoms is something you cannot predict. Some women have symptoms only during the actual transition phase of perimenopause. Other women have symptoms that last into postmenopause. Some women have postmenopausal symptoms for a limited period of time. Other women have postmenopausal symptoms for the rest of their lives. Some women can tolerate their symptoms of postmenopause. Other women cannot. Frankly, I don't think any woman should have to tolerate any of these symptoms. To do so is enough to make you feel like you're living the rest of your life in a haunted house, and your own body is the haunted house. I mean, think about what you actually encounter in an actual haunted house. Contrary to the absence of menstrual bleeding during post-menopause, in a haunted house you discover all sorts of bloody things like blood-crusted limbs, bloody guts, bloody brains, bloody hearts. In a haunted house, there are plenty of things that you might find emotionally disturbing, just like the anxiety, mood swings, irritability, depression, anger, aggression, and decreased feelings of well-being typical of post-menopause. Being in a haunted house might be so upsetting that it interferes with your ability to function normally, causing insomnia, fatigue, forgetfulness, and difficulty having an orgasm, just like post-menopause. A haunted house can be so profound that it causes headaches, joint pain, hair loss, incontinence, and acne, just like post-menopause. You get the idea. The fact is that post-menopause can make you feel like a shell of yourself. It can be so intense that you feel trapped in a haunted dungeon. And remember, we will only be addressing symptoms in future videos. If you add the 3 diseases of estrogen deficiency to all this, it becomes truly horrifying. I've already given you multiple units on the diseases that are due to estrogen deficiency. They are heart attack, osteoporosis, and Alzheimer's disease. But because post-menopause involves loss of your fountain of youth and also occurs when you are losing your youth, there are a bunch of other diseases that can come your way then too. The fact is that the symptoms of post-menopause are nothing compared to the diseases of post-menopause. That's why I presented the diseases first and devoted so much time to them. Why women and professionals focus more on the symptoms than on the diseases, I will never understand. The diseases are the stuff of a real haunted house in a real horror story. Well, haunted houses of postmenopause can vary from one woman to the next. And the speed at which you become postmenopausal is one of the things that impacts the degree of horror in your haunted house of postmenopause. So next week, I'll address gradual postmenopause versus sudden postmenopause. Then you'll be all set up for the individual videos on all the symptoms of postmenopause. I will order the videos in groups that pertain to symptom categories. First, I'll present all the videos that address symptoms in the realm of genitourinary syndrome of menopause. That's all the stuff that happens down there. Then I'll present multiple videos that address weight gain during postmenopause. After that, I'll present vasomotor symptoms of postmenopause. These include the familiar hot flashes that everybody talks about. After that, we'll address all the emotional aspects of postmenopause, all that moody stuff. Next, we'll address all the things that dry up at postmenopause. Your skin, your eyes, your mouth, your vagina, even your joints. And then we'll get to hair issues. And don't worry, I will give you management options for everything so that you never have to visit the haunted house of postmenopause at all. That's what this education is all about. Okay, it's all about avoiding anything you don't want to deal with. I have never entered the haunted house at amusement parks. Heck, I've hardly visited amusement parks. I've always thought of them as abusement parks. I cannot imagine why I'd want to spend my time on various rides that take me round and round, up and down, or scare me to death. None of it makes any sense at all to me. In any case, this is where I will tell you goodbye today. Remember to schedule a consultation with me at menopausetailor.me if you want me to tailor anything at all to you. I will help you avoid all haunted houses. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and newsletter for all sorts of tips and such, and follow me on social media for fun. I will see you in a week. Be well until then. Bye.